Hello students, welcome to the sixth video lecture on the topic transition and inner transition elements. In this video, I am going to explain formation of interstitial compounds, then formation of alloys and extraction of metals from their ores. So first I want to explain formation of interstitial compounds. So first I want to explain what are interstitial compounds. Transition elements form interstitial compounds. Compounds formed by trapping small atoms in the interstitial space between the lattice are called interstitial compounds. Look here, these are atoms closely packed or metal ions. So small atoms like hydrogen, boron, carbon, nitrogen are trapped inside the interstitial space between the lattice of the element. So compounds formed by trapping small atoms like hydrogen, boron, carbon, nitrogen within the interstitial space between the lattice are called interstitial compounds. Interstitial compounds, sometimes sulfides or oxides are also trapped. Sometimes sulfides or oxides are also trapped inside the interstitial space between the lattice, within the lattice. So transition elements form interstitial compounds. Steel and cast iron are the examples of interstitial compounds of carbon and iron. Steel and cast iron are the examples of interstitial compounds of carbon and iron. Due to presence of carbon, interstitial compounds are less malleable and ductile. I am going to explain properties of interstitial compounds. You see, interstitial compounds are hard and they are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. Interstitial compounds have similar chemical properties to that of their parent element. Interstitial compounds have high melting point than the original metal. Interstitial compounds have low density as compared to their original metal. They have low density. The carbides of carbides formed by interstitial compounds are hard like diamond. Interstitial carbides are hard like diamond. Hydride means binary compound of the metal with hydrogen. Hydrides are strong reducing agents. Their hydrides are strong reducing agents. So this is about interstitial compounds. Compounds formed by trapping small atoms within the interstitial space between the crystal lattice are called interstitial compounds. After explaining this point, I am going to explain formation of alloys. Transition elements form alloys. So I write the heading formation of alloys. alloys म्हणजे मिश्र धातू. मराठीमध्ये त्याला मिश्र धातू असं म्हणतात. Alloys are formed by combination of two or more metals. There are two types of alloys. One is called ferrous alloy and other is called non-ferrous alloy. Alloys are formed by combination of metals. Atoms of one element are distributed in the crystal lattice of the other element. Atoms of one element are distributed in the crystal lattice of the other element. Metals having similar radii and similar properties form alloys. Atoms having nearly same radii and similar properties form alloys. There are two types of alloys, ferrous alloy and non-ferrous alloy. In ferrous alloy, atoms of transition element are distributed in the lattice of iron. In ferrous alloy, atoms of the transition elements are distributed in the atoms of iron. So look here, brass is a alloy of I told about ferrous alloy. Nickel steel is one alloy. Chromium steel chromium steel is the another alloy, and stainless steel is the third ferrous alloy. All these contains 2% carbon. 2% carbon. Due to presence of carbon, they contain 2% carbon. Nickel steel, chromium steel, stainless steel, all types of these steels contain 2% carbon. Then non-ferrous alloy. In non-ferrous alloy, atoms of transition elements other than iron are distributed in atoms of non-transition element. In non-ferrous alloy, atoms of transition element other than iron are distributed in atoms of non-transition elements. For example, brass. Brass is alloy of copper and zinc. Second, bronze. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. A question may be asked like this: brass is an alloy of copper and which metal? So bronze is alloy of which metal? Copper and tin forms bronze. Bronze is used to prepare statues, to prepare medals, to prepare trophies. So bronze is used to prepare statues, trophies and medals. अलॉय म्हणजे संमिश्र धातू. ज्यावेळी दोन मेटल्स मेल्ट करून मिक्स होतात त्यावेळी त्यांच्यापासून अलॉय तयार होतो. त्यानंतर क्युप्रा निकेल याच्या नावावरूनच आपल्याला लक्षात येईल हा कॉपर आणि निकेल यांच्यापासून बनलेला अलॉय आहे. इट इज यूज्ड टू प्रिपेअर मरीन ships and boats. It is used to prepare parts of marine ships and boats. Then stainless steel. Stainless steel is used to prepare fuselage of aircraft. म्हणजे विमानाचा बाहेरचा सांगाडा तयार करण्यासाठी फ्युजलेग म्हणजे सांगाडा. Stainless steel is used to prepare fuselage of aircraft. विमानाचा सांगाडा तयार करण्यासाठी त्याचा वापर होतोय. त्यानंतर निक्रोम. निक्रोम हे निकेल आणि क्रोमियम यांचं अलॉय आहे. निक्रोम is an alloy of nickel and chromium in the proportion 80:20. In the proportion 80:20. It is used to prepare gas turbine engines. It is used to prepare gas turbine engines. तर परीक्षेत प्रश्न काय विचारतील? अलॉय म्हणजे काय? ब्रास हा अलॉय कशापासून बनलेला आहे? ब्रॉन्झ हा अलॉय कशापासून बनलेला आहे? क्युप्रा निकेल अलॉय कशापासून बनलेला आहे? अलॉयचे वेगवेगळे युजेस लिहा. राईट डिफरंट युजेस ऑफ अलॉईज असाही प्रश्न विचारतील. तर अशा रीतीनं अलॉईज मी एक्सप्लेन केलेला आहे. अलॉईज एक्सप्लेन केल्यानंतर आणखीन एक पॉईंट मला एक्सप्लेन करायचा आहे. तर ट्रान्झिशन सिरीज अशा आहेत पहा. 3D, 4D, 5D आणि 6D. These are 4 transition series. 3D series starts from scandium and ends with zinc. 4D series starts with yttrium and ends with cadmium. Fourth series starts with lanthanum, hafnium and mercury. Let me check. Yes. Now you see, zinc has D10 configuration. These have D10 configuration. That means in zinc, cadmium and mercury, d orbitals are completely filled. D orbitals are completely filled. Therefore, zinc, cadmium and mercury are not truly d block elements. D block are not truly transition elements. They are pseudo transition elements. Elements which have partly filled or incompletely filled n-1 d orbitals are called transition elements. So remember, zinc, cadmium and mercury in which d orbitals are completely filled, therefore they are not considered as transition elements. After finishing this article, I am going to explain one more important point. Extraction of metals. हे पहा, कोविडच्या प्रॉब्लेममुळं 2021 साठी बोर्डानं काही सिलेबस रिड्यूस केलेला आहे. हे पहा, रिड्यूस केलेला सिलेबस मी एक्सप्लेन केलेला नाही आणि थोडा महत्त्वाचा पॉइंट मी आता एक्सप्लेन करतोय. So I write the heading extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. Sorry. You know that metals like silver, gold, platinum occur in free state. They are non-reactive with water, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Most of the other elements occur in nature in combined form, such as carbonates, sulfides, sulfates, oxides, etc. Most of the elements occur in nature in combined form, such as carbonates, sulfides, oxides, sulfates, etc. After explaining this, there is one important term, that is mineral. Naturally occurring substance which contains a pure substance which occurs in pure form or combined form are called minerals. Naturally occurring substances which contain a substance in pure or combined form are called minerals. Then ore. The mineral which contains higher percentage of metal and from which metal can be extracted economically or commercially is called ore. So I think the definition of mineral and ore will be clear. The question may be asked for 1 mark. What define mineral, define ore. Now I am going to write here 3 metals: iron, copper and zinc. Some minerals I am going to write here: iron, hematite, having formula Fe2O3. Then magnetite, Fe3O4, Fe3O4. Limonite, having formula twice Fe2O3 thrice H2O. Iron pyritase, FeS2. FeS2. Siderite, FeCO3, FeCO3. So these are minerals of iron. परीक्षेत क्वेश्चन कसा विचारला जाईल पहा, हिमॅटाइटचा फॉर्म्युला लिहा किंवा मॅग्नेटाइटचा फॉर्म्युला लिहा किंवा आयर्न पायरिटेटचा फॉर्म्युला कोणता आहे तो ओळखा, असे प्रश्न विचारतील. हे पहा पाठांतराचा प्रश्न आहे, जितकं शक्य असेल तेवढं लक्षात ठेवा. हे जे दिस हिमॅटाइट is the ore of the iron, is the ore of the iron. From this hematite iron is extracted, iron is extracted. Then copper, chalcopyrite, chalcopyrite, having formula CuFeS2, FeS2. Chalcocite, chalcocite and cuprite, cuprite, Cu2O, Cu2O. This is the formula of cuprite. So this chalcopyrite and chalcocite are the ore of copper, from which copper can be extracted. Zinc blend, zinc sulfide. This is the ore of zinc from which zinc can be extracted. Zincite, ZnO, and calamine, that is zinc carbonate. So this is about ores of iron, copper and zinc. So I wrote different minerals and ores of iron, copper and zinc. After completing this, we are going to study what is metallurgy. So I write here metallurgy. Metallurgy. 1 minute. So first I explain what is metallurgy. Commercial extraction of metal from their ore is called metallurgy. There are 3 different types of metallurgy. One is pyrometallurgy. Second is hydrometallurgy. hydrometallurgy. And third, electrometallurgy. Electrometallurgy. Commercial extraction of metal from their compound is called metallurgy. There are three types: pyrometallurgy, hydrometallurgy, and electrometallurgy. We shall discuss one by one. Extraction of metal from its ore by heating at high temperature with reducing agent like carbon, aluminum, etc., or hydrogen, carbon, aluminum, is called pyrometallurgy. Then hydrometallurgy. It is the process of extraction of metal from the aqueous solution of the ore by using suitable reducing agent. Electrometallurgy. It is the process of extraction of metal by electrolytic reduction of fused compound of the metal is called electrometallurgy. So there are three types: pyrometallurgy, metal ore is reduced to metal by using strong reducing agent at high temperature; hydrometallurgy and electrometallurgy. After explaining this, I am going to tell you what is gangue. Gangue, or it is also called as matrix. Unwanted substance like sand, mud present with ore is called gangue. Unwanted impurities like sand, mud present with ore is called gangue. Second, concentration. The process by which gangue is removed from the ore is called concentration. Or dressing, or it is also called as benefaction. We are not going to study in detail. So the process by which impurities are removed from the ore is called concentration. Concentration of ore is carried out by washing or by using hydraulic classifier. Third, magnetic separation. And fourth, froth flotation. फ्रोथ म्हणजे फोम फेस. फ्रोथ फ्लोटेशन. तर अशा रीतीनं ट्रान्झिशन आणि इनर ट्रान्झिशन इलेमेंट या टॉपिकमधला डी ब्लॉकचा जो पार्ट आहे तो पार्ट मी डिटेलमध्ये एक्सप्लेन करण्याचा प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. हे जे इनऑर्गॅनिकचे टॉपिक आहेत, हे इनऑर्गॅनिकचे टॉपिक मार्क्स मिळवून देण्यासाठी स्पर्धा परीक्षेमध्ये खूप महत्त्वाचे आहेत. याच्यामध्ये न्यूमरिकल नाहीत आणि डायरेक्ट टेक्स्टबुकशी रिलेटेड याच्यावरती प्रश्न विचारतात. हे जर टॉपिक आपल्याला चांगल्या रीतीनं समजून घ्यायचे असतील तर आपलं इनऑर्गॅनिकचं बेसिक चांगलं असणं आवश्यक आहे. आपल्याला इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन लिहिता आलंच पाहिजे. आयोनायझेशन पोटेन्शियल, इलेक्ट्रोनिगेटिव्हिटी, ॲटॉमिक आणि आयोनिक रेडिया, मॅग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टीज यांचा जो ट्रेंड आहे, पिरियडमध्ये काय ट्रेंड आहे, ग्रुपमध्ये काय ट्रेंड आहे, शिल्डिंग इफेक्ट म्हणजे काय, स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट म्हणजे काय, ह्या जर आपल्या कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर असतील तरच हा टॉपिक आपल्याला चांगल्या रीतीनं समजू शकतो. आणखीन एक आणि याच्यावरती प्रश्न पण खूप विचारतात, याला वेटेज पण जास्त आहे. यानंतर आपण एफ ब्लॉक इलेमेंट म्हणजे इनर ट्रान्झिशन इलेमेंटचा स्टडी करणार आहोत. आज नाही तर पुढच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये. थँक्स फॉर वॉचिंग द व्हिडिओ. थँक यू सो मच.